Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the game according to me. We've got a championship Sunday to recap, but before then, with no college football around, let's take a look at what's going on in the National Basketball Association, the NBA. Take a look at some standings, some stat leaders, and the All-Star starters were announced last Thursday. We'll take a look at those as well. Let's start with looking at the NBA All-Star starters for the All-Star game. In the Eastern Conference, the backcourt consists of Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell. Jalen Brunson, of course, of the New York Knicks, Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers. The front court, Karl Anthony Towns of the New York Knicks, Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics, and Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. In the Western Conference, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Steph Curry of the Thunder and the Warriors, respectively. They are the starting backcourt. And the front court consists of Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. I have no idea why I had such a hard time with that name. And those are the front court. Now, this is not going to change because they're doing that ridiculous, stupid bullshit about, doing like the Rising Stars Challenge shit and doing 8 teams of 8 and all that other garbage. So, it's just ridiculous. They either need to get rid of the All-Star game or just go back to East and Western Conference. And if they score 200 points, they score 200 points. Who gives a rat's ass? Would you like to be more competitive? Sure, but that's not what they're there to do. They're there to, just there to have fun. They're not there to do anything. So, it is what it is. We'll now look at the standings for the National Basketball Association. Let's start with the Eastern Conference. Right? The Cavaliers have been on a slump, losing their last 5 out of their last 10. So there'll be no breaking of these 72-10 record or 73-9 record of the Golden State Warriors. So that would not be happening. But they're still the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference at 37-9. The Celtics are number 2 at 32-15. The Knicks are 3rd with 31-16. Bucks are 4th with 28-19. The Pacers are 5th with 25-20. The Heat, even going through all of the Jimmy Butler bullshit, is 6th between 23-22. The Magic are 7 with 24-24, a 500 record. The Pistons are 8th seed with a 23-23 record. The Hawks are 9th seed with the 22-25 record. And the Bulls are the 10th seed with the 20-27 record. Hawks and Bulls always seem to be in that 9-10 spot, it looks like. Teams outside of the playoffs, or the play-ins, whatever you want to call it. The Sixers at 18-27, we know they've dealt with so many injuries. With I'll say his name right. Not Jokic, but Embiid and Paul George. Many others have been injured. Even though they beat the Lakers last night, I believe. Yeah, they did. They're on a 3-game winning streak. The Raptors are 12th seed with a 14-32 record. The Nets are 13th with a 14-33 record. The Hornets are the 14th seed with a 12-31 record. And the Wizards bringing up the rear at 6-39. That's the Eastern Conference. Looking at the Western Conference, the number 1 seed is the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 37-8 record. Then we have the Rockets at the 2 seed with 34-14 record. The Grizzlies are the 3rd team with a 31-16 record. The Nuggets are the 4th seed with a 28-18 record. The Lakers are 5th seed with a 26-19 record. The Clippers are the 6th seed with a 26-20 record. Timberwolves are 7th with a 25-21 record. Suns are 8th with a 24-21 record. The Mavericks are the 9th seed with a 25-22 record, and the Kings are at the 10th seed with a 24-22 record. And I saw on First Take this morning that there's actually like some talk about the Kings trading De'Aaron Fox, which is very interesting. Outside of the playoffs, the Golden State Warriors at 23-23, 500 record. The Spurs, 23-22, the 12th seed. The 13th seed, the Blazers, 18-29. The Pelicans are the 14th seed, 12-35, and the Jazz bringing up the rear. Being the rear in the Western Conference with a 10-35 record. Now to look at the stats leaders, and for this one we're going to do the top 5 of these stats. We'll look at the points per game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads the league at 32.1. Then we have Giannis Antetokounmpo at 31.7. Nikola Jokic at 30 points a game period. LaMelo Ball at 28.2, and Kevin Durant at 27.1. Rebounds, the Domantas Sabonis for the Kings leaving at 14.6, get Karl-Anthony Towns at 13.8, Nikola Jokic at 13.1, Ivica Zubac the Clippers at 12.6, and Giannis Antetokounmpo with 12.12. Assists per game, Trae Young with 11.4, leads all NBA in assists. Nikola Jokic averaging a triple-double with a 10.2 assists per game. Cade Cunningham is in the 9.4 range. For the Pistons, Lamar James is 9.0 assists, and Tyrese Halliburton is 8.7 assists per game. Field goal percentage, we get the Walker Kessler, the Jazz. He leads at 73%. Jared Allen is number 2 with 70%. Jalen Duren of the Pistons is 69%. Daniel Gafford is 69%, and Rudy Gobert is 64%. All big percenters. 3-pointers made, we get Anthony Edwards with 189 made. Malik Beasley is 171. Tyler Hero is 171. Donovan Mitchell is 161. And Stephen Curry is not leading, but 5th with 158. The 3-point percentage, Luke Kennard of the Grizzlies is 49%. Domantas Sabonis is 48%, another big man. So is Nikola Jokic, a big man, at 47%. Darian Prince of the Bucks, 45%, and Keon Tyrese Ellis of the Kings, 44%. Blocks per game, of course, it's Wemby, leading with 3.9 blocks a game, and that's 7.4. He should be. Walker Kessler is at the Jazz, is 2.4. Anthony Davis of the Lakers is 2.1. Brook Lopez of the Bucks is 2.0, and Miles Turner of the Pacers is 2.0. And finally, steals per game. We've got Dyson Daniels of the Hawks at 3.1 steals per game. Shai Alexander is 2.1. Tyrese Maxey's 1.9. Nikola Jokic is 1.8. Jalen Williams, of the Thunder, is 1.8. Nikola Jokic is like all over this thing. And yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is leading the league in scoring, and his team is number 1 overall team, but I think it's kind of hard to it's probably hard to kind of say that Nikola Jokic ain't the MVP, but we'll have to wait and see about that. So there you have it. There goes the quick look at what's going on in the NBA. Now, let's talk about the Championship Sunday and what went down in the NFC and AFC Championship games. Alright, so now for the championship games, let's start with the NFC one. The Commanders and the Eagles. Kind of very interesting way to go about it. Eagles slipped to be just too much for the Commanders to handle, and they went down at the hands of it. There was some interesting 4th down calls from Washington and things like that. They just didn't seem like they could get it done to the Eagles. The Eagles had a gun getting the running game. First play of the game, Saquon Barkley goes to the house for the touchdown. Some turnovers killed Commanders as well. Very interesting. We all learned a new rule. That is, defense does something to the offense that doesn't seem to be um, fair play, then they can be awarded a touchdown, I guess, if it's close to the end zone. So, and they can just award the touchdown. So, I actually would like to see that happen and see who does that when they get the touchdown too. That would be very interesting. Yeah, AJ goes number one. One's the quarterback touchdown. That would be very interesting. Eagles goes on to the championship, to the Super Bowl. And then of course the game of the night, which was again the best game. It was just the two best quarterbacks in the game, Allen and Mahomes, and it was going back and forth. And there was again some plays I think that Joe Brady and Sean McDermott didn't help Josh Allen with. You know, they again I was calling again for Josh Allen to throw the ball down the field. And then, especially like on these second, third down plays, third and long. And they're doing these screen passes, wide receiver screen passes. No, do those on first down. If you have to do them, don't do them on third and long. Don't on first down. But yeah, I wanted to just throw down the field. I believe there's some controversy about some of the plays, particularly the sequence in the fourth quarter where I believe that was the one where I think it was 22 to 21 for Bills, and they were hitting down the drive to hitting down the field, and they did a third down play to Dr. Kincaid, excuse me, who some are saying should have been a first down because he was caught at the they marked him short of the line of the game, but he should have got the first down. And then on that fourth down play, they tried the like little push test type play with Josh Allen, and that didn't work either. That hadn't worked. They worked once, but it didn't work the rest of the day because they all said that. And they had said on the thing that they talked to the Chiefs. They had figured out that Josh Allen goes to the left a lot, and that they were and that's what they were doing. They were going to have him continue, and they were going to roll up, and they tried to, they were going to try to stop him, and they stopped him. After the first time they did it, they stopped him every other time, including that time. However, it does kind of look like that maybe the ball was made to the line of the game. So now we got other things about them, the idiots on social media saying that the Chiefs are it's rigged for Patrick Mahomes and everybody like this, and that's what everybody says. Everybody says that it's always rigged, and people said that it was rigged for LeBron to get a championship in Cleveland, and it was rigged for there should people say it was rigged for Tom Brady, and it was rigged for Michael Jordan. So, but I don't think that's just the case. I just think that these guys are good, and I say this here, and I'll continue to say this: Josh Allen is the best quarterback in this league, but the Kansas City Chiefs are a better team, and they, unfortunately for Josh Allen and Bills Mafia, continue to prove that time in and time out. So that's just the way that is. So then now with Kansas City winning and with Philadelphia winning, we have a rematch of the Super Bowl a couple years ago between the Chiefs and the Eagles. Just like last year, we had a rematch of the Kansas City and San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl. Yeah, so that's it. I am rooting for Kansas City. I want to see a three-peat. I always root for when it's legitimate. I'm rooting for greatness, and I think this is not only legitimate greatness, but I also think these are good people. Mahomes is likable. Kelsey's likable. A lot of folks on that Kansas City team is likable. So I'm rooting for Kansas City to get the three-peat. As for Josh Allen, there's not really a lot of talk out there about Josh Allen and him not being great or anything like that, which I was glad to hear. Excuse me. Which I was glad to hear. However, I was still very, very saddened that he didn't win because but because of that, he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. He doesn't get called the best quarterback in the game because he hasn't beaten Mahomes in the in the thing, and that's how these ridiculous analysts they look at some of the things. It's so crazy. They talk about that we talk about quarterback wins as a stat, but then they use quarterback wins to say hey, you're the best. You haven't beaten Mahomes. So the hypocrisy of it is crazy. So I mean, either quarterback wins is a stat that you should use, or quarterback stat isn't. I think that is. And I just and nothing that happened Sunday, nothing that happened this season is proved that nothing is going to happen in the Super Bowl is going to change my mind that Josh Allen is a better quarterback. He's played the position of the quarterback better than Patrick Mahomes. And I think that's. I think I've got four eyes because I got my two eyes and glasses, but I think if you get a good set of eyes, you've seen that. So now we've got the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles. So what do we do? How do we do this? You know, um, what's the way to go? Well, obviously, I think Kansas City they have to stop Saquon Barkley. They have to be able to stop the run. Philadelphia seemingly has run over almost everybody who they play, and so they're gonna have to stop the run. And with the Eagles, they're gonna have to make tiny plays. They're gonna have to stop 15, and they couldn't stop 15 in the last game. He had a big run on third down that helped them get in the field goal range to kick the field goal for the victory. So that's just something that they're gonna have to do. Jalen Hurts played well in that game, played very well in that game. To be honest with you, if they would, if they would be honest, they would go back to doing things the way they did it back in the old Chuck Howley days. Chuck Howley is the first and only player to win the Super Bowl MVP while for a losing team. He would have, there have been many players who would have been MVP for a losing team. That's the way they always try to give it to the winning team. Um, but one day we're gonna come down to a thing where we're gonna have like we're gonna have maybe like a running back run for 200 yards or something like that, and four touchdowns, but the other team gets five touchdowns, maybe off of a couple of picks or some fumbles, and it's gonna be the reason why the other team wins because of turnovers and things like that, and you're gonna have to give it to the damn running back or the other quarterback or whatever whoever played that best game. So um, that's the way I see it. So yeah, I am all Chiefs all the way, and this should be a very fun Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and let's wrap this edition of the game according to me up. Alright guys, it's gonna be it for this episode of the game according to me. Next episode of this will be after the Super Bowl. So we'll be going live after the Super Bowl on my YouTube channel, youtube.com slash at AJ youtube.com slash at AJTRIP20. And then later on that week we'll move the audio on here. So if you don't catch it live, you can still catch it later on in the week. I'm not gonna say it's Wednesday, but it will be later on in the week for sure. And then we'll be it I think for the most part. We'll take some time off. And I know I said that maybe I would do like for the All-Star game. I don't know about that. We might do it later on in the month of February, but we will have to wait and see. So yeah, I need to check out to see if some other things out. Alright, guys. So, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. If you're on YouTube, I appreciate you so much. It's your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.